One.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, this is the after party. DJ Mike and friends. Is okay.
And
I'm already screwing up.
It's
Mace.
all right, Mike. Keep
Is
it
it
going.
DJ
Keep it
Mike's after
going.
party or DJ Mike and friends after party?
No, not friends.
Not friends.
No,
No.
I would just say DJ
This
Mike.
is DJ Mike's
This is
after
DJ
party.
Mike now.
Hey, we just got done seeing True Justice tonight, man. That brother got down. Got down, and he's
DJ
right
Mike's
here.
after party.
Word.
Yeah.
Here, I'm gonna do it again. Get a little sound bite
There
for
you
the
go.
future on DJ Mike's after.
Right?
Now I want to be in them pads. Now, DJ Mike's after party. Hook you
Man, hey, True. Thank you for coming out, bro.
Oh, thank you, man.
And,
That was a dope ass set, man.
Hey,
for real.
right on.
Real
Appreciate
shit.
it.
It was.
Appreciate it.
It
I
really
want to
was.
let y'all
Definitely.
know. I was itching to tell y'all, but I knew we were gonna talk after,
Yeah.
so I just wanted to let you know that I'm really, really grateful to be here, and I'm glad that you
Man,
guys asked me to
we
get
all
down.
feel the same way, man.
And I actually, since we came home, been working on since we came home from COVID. I wasn't in jail. Since we came home from tour, I was on tour with my brothers in the Slap Frost Review, and COVID shut us down. Our last show was March 13th, and since I've been home, I've been working on this mixtape. That's dropping August 21st. Hopefully, how shit could happen.
Yeah.
But I want to let you guys know, that set that I did was basically my mixtape
Word.
that I practiced live on y'all show.
That's
for
what I
the
kept
first
telling him. I'm like, bro, I'm fucking jealous. This guy's like mixing all his own beats. Like,
Yeah,
that's
so
fucking
like
awesome.
that's
like you're
that's
mixing
like
your
Yeah,
music.
So
You know what
my
I mean?
mixtape is 77 minutes long. I did you know how live. So about 60 minutes of my new mixtape.
Yeah.
It's called To Whom It May Concern.
Okay.
It drops on August 21st, and that is the first time
Almost
that
like the release,
anybody's
right?
heard
Pre-release.
any of that. Yeah, well, it's gonna be on the internet, so you know what I'm saying.
Fire.
So big up
Fire.
DJ Mike and Mace, man. Right on.
Yeah.
That was my gift to you, and
Savagery.
thank you for also
Hey, I
letting
feel the
me
same
on
way.
that
I feel
platform.
blessed just to be in this building with all you guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's awesome coming here. You know what I mean? It's like it's just awesome because
Hey,
You be
to give
catching
the-
vibes?
so much
Right.
camaraderie. You know what I mean? Like everyone's working on their stuff. Everyone's willing to help each other, and it's just awesome
to give the
be
viewers
here right
a little
now, you know what I mean?
information. Not to give out the space we're at, what we're at for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But where we have all recently found ourselves in a situation where we all have studios like across or
Like
down the
literally
hall.
5 feet away.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
in this particular facility is a hip hop / DJ like revolution going on, and it's real dope. It's real dope. The
Big
vibe
dope.
is real dope.
Man, you know what's crazy? Also, this is actually where we are. Like you said, I'm not going to mention any names, but where we are, and a lot of people in the industry, and without putting it on blast, a lot of people in the industry will know what I'm talking about. The owners of this particular spot had a place not too far from here. It was called the same name.
Right.
It was there for years, same ownership. They don't have it now, but when they did have it, they had how many? There's 12 rooms in here,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
they're adding some more. But so they had 3 floors,
Up
whole
there.
floors of rooms,
Yeah.
just like
Damn.
this, big, small,
That shit is
whatever.
cracking.
And Mac Dre had
Well,
2
since they don't have
studios
it
in
anymore,
there.
is that the one on Jackson Street?
No, Jackson was the first one.
Okay.
That was, I'm not gonna name that one.
Yeah.
That was the first. That they had
But
another one.
since it's not there no more.
Yeah.
Or they don't know that. Yeah.
Yeah, so Mac Dre had 2 rooms in there, and
Yeah.
a lot of people. I recorded there. I didn't have a room there, but I recorded there, and
What year was that?
oh man, that was about when I was there. That was, Mac Dre was still alive.
Okay.
So yeah, man, yeah. That was
Like
it.
late 90s or what? Like 97?
Well, when
98?
did Mac Dre die? Did anybody
Oh,
pull that up real
2000.
quick? Anybody?
2000.
2002, 2001. No, not that. 2001 or 2, right?
I think
I was like,
2001.
that shit was like, oh boy, here we go.
No.
Everybody say a date.
Oh,
Nah,
two.
it was
I'm saying
before.
2001.
Okay, it was before. It was like he died right before the hyphy movement popped off, right?
Yeah.
Hyphy movement was 2005,
He actually helped
So I'm
2006.
launch
thinking
it, but really
02.
wasn't part of it.
02 or 03?
November 1st, 2004.
So yeah, 2004.
That long?
Hyphy
Yeah, Mike
movement
had it
popped
right.
off.
I was
2005.
I was 32. I was
Yeah.
32 years
so that,
old.
Yeah, there we go.
So-
So around then,
Oh,
so around
okay.
2000.
Early 2000s.
Yeah.
2002.
But it's crazy, man, because it was similar. There's a lot more traffic coming through there. I remember twice I went there. My boy had a room. He was just renting a room, but we all met there
Yeah.
and got on a bus to go do a show in Boise.
Okay.
From the Bay to Boise, we drove, and we did this twice. We did just 2 different shows in 2
I
different
mean,
years.
I didn't do a show there, but I've driven there. That's a long drive.
Yeah, straight. I usually you stop and whatever,
That's
but we
a long-
drove straight from
through that
Oakland,
desert
like
and shit.
crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, so with that, you're known these days as a show DJ / tour DJ, and I know it's been a hell of a road to be like considered like you're a show DJ, tour DJ. Like for those who really don't know what that is, explain that.
Okay. Well, well, you're right. Number 2, I'm known now, but I've always been known kind of in that vein. I've touched, the name of my crew was, not was, but when we first started, we grabbed a name that kind of spoke to everybody because it's all-purpose DJs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With DJing, you wear so many different hats, whether people recognize it or not.
Yeah.
So
Right.
just being a DJ comes a lot of other skills.
Oh, yeah, no.
skill sets and to that nature.
I was talking
But-
to somebody about that like the other day. Like when I usually do a party, I'm doing sound, lights, checking,
Yeah.
all of that.
security, every fucking
And
thing.
people,
You know what I
customer,
mean?
customer relations,
Right.
marketing, you know what I'm saying?
I
Clean it
I
up.
tell
I'm
people.
doing
I clean up at I'm doing everything. Yeah.
Right, you'll
I
hear
think-
me use the moniker DJ Event Services a lot because that's what I do my private events. through.
Yeah.
And I'm the booker. I'm I'm everything.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
the booker. I'm the promotions. I'm the books. I'm the road crew. I'm the sound guy. I'm the you know what I'm saying. I'm the
Yeah,
light
yeah.
guy. I'm the
So,
DJ.
yeah.
You
So
know?
when I first got into it, I didn't know all of that, and I just knew what I saw on TV and
Word.
what
Same
was
thing.
going
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
So I just knew at that time there was two main reasons why I started DJing. One, on the outside looking in, like having no real like experience or in the industry or actually doing shows at this time.
Yeah.
I looked up to Jam Master Jay.
Same thing.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
so I was like, that's the kind of, that's the kind of DJ I want to be. Of course, I knew all kinds, that is the era when everybody had a DJ and you know
Word.
their name.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Everybody,
yeah.
you knew everybody. So, Jam Master Jay, you know what I'm saying? I love Terminator
Yeah, yeah,
X,
yeah.
but Jam Master Jay to me was just like the epitome of a show DJ, keeping time, scratching, and still, rocking the house. A lot of
think-
people just, get
And-
down on
and
scratching, but they can't rock
think
the
for
house.
a lot of us, though-
that is like the first hip hop rap concert I've been to was a Run DMC.
Okay.
one, and seen Jam Master Jay. It wasn't the first DJ I seen live because I grew up with DJ Henry.
Right.
You know what I mean? So big shout out to DJ Henry Customs. I grew up with him, so he's like the first
But
DJ
I
I've
think-
seen
I
since a
think
kid.
for a-
but as a concert though,
Right.
that was the first concert I remember was Run. I seen Jam.
I think for a lot of
Man.
people, not to get on a side note,
Yeah. No,
but for hip hop,
yeah.
Run DMC broke barriers.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
in turn,
And I'm younger, so I grew up with people that listened to it more. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like most of my cousins and that grew up in the 80s. I grew up more late 80s, early 90s.
How young are you?
right?
How young are you?
How young?
Hey,
put him on.
Hey, but what I'm getting at is,
84.
Tell him out there.
84.
hey, but what I'm getting at is this, like with that, Jam Master Jay broke barriers
Oh,
as
yeah.
a DJ for
yeah.
a lot of for the a kid in the middle of Nebraska living on a farm. He's watching MTV, and here's Run DMC and Jam Master Jay,
Yep.
and so that the DJ they know is Jam Master Jay,
Right.
and I think so much of this DJ code he just what
Oh
he
yeah,
did.
definitely.
What he did, what Run DMC did for hip hop, what he did for DJ.
No, I
So
totally
I told
agree.
I was the same way. I wanted to be Jam Master Jay as a kid.
Yeah,
too.
so my number 2 influence, or the moment where it was all in for me, I was in a hip hop group when I was in high school. I was a dancer, and so I brought that hip hop group, local hip hop group. It was pretty popular at the time to my high school,
Yeah.
and performed at lunch, and I was actually, I look back on it and I've been like, damn, tripping. That was my first booking
Like,
because
that was it.
I
Yeah,
convinced
yeah.
my principal, you know what I'm saying, like at Newark Memorial High School. Shout out.
Wait,
you know what I'm
what
saying?
class are you?
Class of '91.
91.
Holler. You know what I'm saying?
Brrrah,
Class
brrrah,
of 91,
brrrah.
holler, Newark Memorial
brrrah.
High School. So I convinced them to bring my group for, you know what I'm
91?
saying, a lunchtime performance
92?
in the theater.
Yeah.
Like in the theater, bro. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah,
That was
yeah.
big. Group and we had our routines, but that was the first like big show. Like I had done club shows with them, but at my high school.
That's
and
huge.
so when, you know, the dancers, which I was part of the dancers, got their little solo, but when it was time for the DJ to do a solo,
Yeah.
that and the response that he got big. First of all, he got busy. His name is DJ J Cut.
J Cut.
My influence
Word.
of
Big
DJing
shouts out to J
right
Cut.
now, I wouldn't be DJing if it wasn't for DJ J Cut.
Word.
Yeah.
So
right.
he got busy
Bay Area
like,
legend.
and crazy
Oh, yeah.
at my high school, and he got busy so tough. And then the response that he got from the crowd.
What year was
and
this?
Everybody.
What year was this?
Ooh, this was
Fuck, I'm-
89, bro.
Ooh, damn.
This was
Way
89,
back.
bro.
I was 17.
And you know what I'm saying?
Young
Yeah, I was 16.
Not 18 yet.
Yeah.
89.
17.
Yeah,
very strong, though.
89, bro. And so that was it. When he got busy and then just did his routine with he had 2 copies of the same record.
Yeah,
Lil
yeah.
Hint,
Jordan is
Lil
on a
Hint,
rise.
Two
Right.
copies of the DOC's.
Lil Hint.
No one could do it better.
No one could. Oh,
He got
better.
busy with the 1, and then comes
To the
the
2,
2,
to the 3,
Yeah.
and
1,
4.
and got busy,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
And I had never seen no shit like that in my face, like.
His
like,
album
really.
was straight fire.
And then
Like-
so yeah, that
Today.
was
Yeah,
the
yeah,
day.
yeah.
Whatever day that was in 1989, that's
His
when
whole
I
album,
decided
it's like
I was gonna be a DJ. It took me 4 years to actually get some equipment, but
his,
I
Yeah,
knew
yeah.
at that
his album was
at
a
that point
banger.
that was it.
nice.
One hit
Real
banger.
nice. Real nice.
That's tight.
Very nice, man.
So you've been spinning for a minute then, yeah.
Since '93, yep.
93.
Wow.
93.
I was still breakdancing in 93.
Yeah, so true. I mean, true, man. Fuck, where do we begin with you, bro?
Right?
You got a real rich history at this stage when it
Yep.
comes to Bay Area hip hop, Oakland hip hop, and I know there's certain people at this stage in the game that when they're like, we got to get something cracking in the Bay, they call True Justice. And you've worked
And you know
hard. You've
what?
worked
And
hard
you
for
know
that.
What? And
Oh,
I
hell yeah.
appreciate that. And you know what I do? I answer the phone.
Word. That's what it is,
I
bro.
answer the call, you know, and
Yeah.
and make it happen.
100%. Don't lie to yourself, people. If you don't want to answer that call, don't attempt to get it. Right?
Yeah, man.
If that shit, answer it. Exactly.
Yeah.
Good advice.
Because
Good
I just
advice.
know when people like, for instance, when people come into town and they want to get something popping, like whether it be like, no matter what level
Word.
you are at in the game,
Yeah, yeah,
people
yeah,
want to
yeah.
come and check out what the Bay Area has to offer.
Yeah,
And I'm
totally.
not saying I'm the official tour guide. But I'm
Right.
saying as far as like hip hop and cats wanting to get on, traveling from other places, I know how it is. So I try to make sure
Yeah,
that
yeah,
people
yeah.
come
Word.
in.
Yeah,
That's
and are
real
able
dope.
To, you know what I'm saying? Get that feel. You know what I'm saying? Whether
Real dope.
wherever it's at. You know what I'm saying? We got a couple staples in the Bay Area, like ROTC. You can come through on a Sunday. Well,
Oh,
we
yeah.
did, but
Well, we
you know what I'm
did.
saying? We
You know-
did.
You know what year it
Yeah,
is?
God willing, we
2020.
will again.
But you know, just different functions that maybe I could put together. Wax tripping.
Wax tripping.
That was, you know what I'm
Sure,
saying?
that was cracking.
That's the latest incarnation of the Bay Area Showcase. That's
Yeah.
slash party, because that's what we're known for. Not only showcasing talent, but rocking parties.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
definitely, yeah.
Like this rich Bay Area DJ culture.
Word.
that we
Rich.
So,
What was that?
and it's all sides of it, man. So yeah, like I said, I try to pick up the phone and make it happen as far as, if it's gonna go down. If I can't do it personally, somebody, DJ Mike got it, Mace got it.
Somebody,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
And that's what's dope about this network that you're talking about in this building that we are, because it's a lot of things. I got some features on my shit just from being here.
Dope.
For some,
Right.
live
That's
live
kinda-
bass,
yeah,
live
yeah,
guitar
yeah.
that I necessarily would not have gotten otherwise.
Yeah.
Just being here, so the vibe is really good.
It's a blessing to
but
be-
I could
to be in
put
this
mine on blast. My studio's Castle Grayskull. I ain't gotta worry about the building. You can look up
Word.
Castle Grayskull and come holler at me.
Savagery.
In West Oakland,
Thundercats.
California.
Savagery.
You know what I'm saying?
We there.
Bypass the whole situation.
Right?
Bypassed it,
Hanna Barbera.
man. So true. I mean, you're known as a tour DJ. You've been, pretty much, for somebody like me who's never really been pretty much out the West Coast DJing, you've been all over the country. You've been to Europe. Where else have you been?
I've been all over the world, bro.
Word.
Yeah.
What's some of your favorite places you've been?
What's your top 5
Uh,
places?
Top 5.
Top
Yeah.
5.
Top
Five.
5. Ooh, I knew we was top
Five.
5 was gonna come in somewhere. All right, real shit.
Uno, dos, tres,
Alright.
cuatro, cinco.
Top 5. No order, just because they're in the top.
Word.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
You don't want to make nobody feel bad, right?
Hey,
Australia,
we're easy.
definitely.
We're
Fire.
easy
Okay.
over here.
You know what I'm saying? South of France, definitely.
Wow.
Okay.
Osaka, Japan.
Stop.
Word up.
Yeah, yeah.
Word up.
Man,
Number 3.
crazy. Oslo, Norway.
Oh,
Okay.
That was
Okay.
Number
great.
2, huh?
That was great.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's number 1?
Okay, look. On this hand, look. On this hand, I got 4, right?
Oh, shit.
But on this hand, I got one place that's
Oh, shit.
dope, but I got an ill story, and I never got to really experience it.
Okay.
Was in Dubai.
Okay.
Okay.
Shit.
I went there. Had
Belly
a party. I was
dancers?
supposed to headline a party there,
Damn.
and
The
it
belly
was crazy. I
dancers.
was already on tour in Europe, and the tour was over.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I
yeah.
just parlayed it into
Right.
a big show, a
Yeah.
nice show.
Yeah.
But the weather and the flights,
Ah.
bro, I got there at like 5 in the morning.
Yeah,
when
yeah.
everything was already done.
Oh.
It's not like I faked.
That's not
It's
your
not
bad.
like,
yeah.
you
It
know,
was out of your control.
it was
man.
out of my control.
Wow.
But
Damn.
The Justice
see.
After Party. Let's go.
Okay, so that's on
Did
that, and that's what
Did
the
you get any
tourist spot-
compensation at all?
I mean, I didn't get my other half. You know, when you
Okay.
get, I got my deposit,
Right.
and
Yeah.
the travel was taken care of, the
Yeah.
lodging was taken
But
care of, food.
still,
of
you
course.
wanted to rock the party.
Yeah,
That's
I
what you
wanted
went
to
there
rock the
for.
party and get my other half, and you know
Fuck
what
the
I'm saying.
money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The money's good, but you know, I mean,
On some real shit, I would have loved that money though.
okay.
At
Yeah.
that time, and I was pleading for it, but you know what I'm saying. I had to understand.
Nothing you could do.
Yeah,
That you
I had
control.
to
Yeah.
understand. So,
Nah, you wanted to
Wow.
rock.
for like about 8 hours. You know what I'm saying? And dude felt bad. The promoter, like, I woke up, the promoter came and met me for breakfast, and then he had his man drive me around to all the sites, just so I could get some pictures, because I was going to flying
Yeah.
back out. You
Yeah,
know what
yeah.
I'm saying? So he was like,
Hey,
it's crazy.
you know what's some ill shit I heard about Dubai, right? Like, you can drive around Dubai, and you know how, like, this place we're at we can't name, you go outside, there's like random junk cars out here, right?
Oh,
You
yeah.
go to Dubai and they got like random junk Lamborghinis and Bentleys. and-
I wouldn't
and
doubt it.
You just crazy
Think
stuff,
so?
right?
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
it's-
Treat
I
them
mean,
like-
to me,
People,
it's
the
just
way
like,
the way
that's the vibe that I get from
We
it.
should go
Okay,
recycle those
okay.
Ferraris then,
Um,
bro.
I've never spent any real time there. I've been there twice, but the second time was only in the airport.
We could-
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So that fifth, so drum roll, please.
Drum roll.
Thailand.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
okay.
Real
Yeah,
nice.
definitely.
Nice. What did you like about Thailand?
Man, the whole vibe of it. My experience was kind of bittersweet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I had a homie that we went out there on tour. We had a series of shows booked in not only Bangkok but Pattaya. Pattaya. I
I'm
think
not sure how to
yeah,
say it,
it's out there, and that's
So-
like the Vegas out there too.
Yeah.
Man, Vegas is killing me right now. So so yeah, man. But my homeboy who I was DJing with, he got into a crazy car accident out there and passed away.
Oh shit.
Yeah, my homeboy DJ Solomon, rest in peace.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my boy. Like, I started DJing with Solomon.
Okay.
In like 90, I like I started in 93, I would say like 94, 95
Okay.
is when I hooked up with Solomon. We were doing
Okay.
all the parties, the frat parties on campus at Cal.
Okay.
I'm
okay,
representing
yeah.
Berkeley all day.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Word.
So, that's where Young True was at. Getting his little start, you know what I'm saying, at the frat parties and Larry Blake's on Telegraph.
I DJ'd at Blaze a few times.
So yeah, man, those are my beginnings, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
They got me hitting this thing, ladies and gentlemen.
Wait.
13s, my friend.
Now, when you started,
13s.
what, you started on turntables? I mean, is that
Definitely starting on turntable.
Okay.
I think, okay.
What mixer did you have?
Okay,
Let's
when
hear
I
it
got-
out.
okay. Boom. The mixer that I had, because my first set of turntables was the turntables that you get for like $400 or $500.
I
little
was telling them
package.
about
Oh,
that. the
yeah,
other day.
yeah.
Out of the back of the source, I didn't know any better.
Yeah.
So you spend that much money and you get the mixer, the turntables, headphones.
Boom, you got a
microphones.
DJ. They didn't have
everything.
controllers back then.
Gemini mixer?
There's the Gemini mixer. There you go.
Got
The
Trick
one with
Master,
the
Scratch
one
Master.
the LEDs went like this
Yeah.
and had
Oh,
a
the
little
big
mic.
one, the long one.
It was
19
long,
inch
but
rack.
it wasn't the
Little mic to
long
plug
one though.
into the mixer.
Had the mic
Yeah.
plugged in it
Oh,
and it
okay.
bent over. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. So I got that whole system.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
They were belt drive turntables.
Okay.
So, but the mixer was actually dope. The turntables were shit. I didn't know the difference.
Yeah.
When
But
I
you
got
got
and I
some
opened it up,
turntables.
and I already had
What?
records. You know what I'm saying?
Gemini.
I put it on the
Gemini.
turntable and I tried to scratch, and I was like, "Yo, it's not how Terminator X does it. This
Right.
It's not supposed to sound like that." And so it took me a while because I had no DJs around.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
same
You know what I'm
thing.
saying? So it was just trial and error.
Yeah.
At this point for years, bro.
Yeah.
So 1993, dude, it's funny, bro. Real quick, I'm not gonna take up this.
Nah,
it's-
go- we got plenty of time. Keep
I
going.
just thought about it.
Oh,
So this is
yeah.
1993. I wasn't really doing parties and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
Practicing
motherfuckers
and
start
shit,
off and he was kind of weak.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
Very horrible, but just.
No, I mean, that
Very horrible. Wow.
That comes with.
That's a way to describe
That
it.
comes with
I know
territory.
it. The thing is, I know what you're talking about.
But I started to get good mixing on these belt joints. There was no scratching.
Yeah.
So I started kind of, you know what I'm saying? Because my whole thing, if I can't scratch, at least I'm going to play the
Work up
music
something.
and,
Yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I'm saying, build the vibe
Yeah, I feel you.
and get it going. So speaking of pretty horrible, on the same tour, just passed. So we're in Atlanta doing a show, right?
Yeah.
And, I got family in Atlanta.
Okay,
You know what I'm
okay.
saying? My brothers and families out there. And so, a couple people showed up. My brother was in the crowd. It's a nice show. And this one dude came up to me. I recognized him immediately, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was like, damn, I don't know where I know him.
With
Yeah,
the
yeah.
face. Yeah.
And we're just all talking. He was like, bro, I met you back in San Jose at what was it? Plan B.
Oh, okay.
Cactus Club was the
Cactus,
was the
yeah,
spot.
yeah.
I remember the Cactus Club.
And he's like describing this night, and I'm like, I'm knowing what he was talking
Talking
about.
about, you don't remember
right?
him though. Yeah.
But I'm as he's talking, I'm
It's
recognizing
coming,
his
yeah,
face.
yeah.
But what he said was, he was like, bro, it's crazy because I just saw you perform right now, and they called your name. They was like,
Yeah.
he was like, oh, True Justice. He was like, but the True Justice I know, like, you know what I'm saying, when I met, he wasn't that good.
Oh, shit.
And so he's talking, and so he's describing to me, and I was like, bro, you're describing my first show ever. My first show ever, right? And he was there in the crowd. He's describing and all of that.
Yeah.
And so he was like, yeah, man, I recognize you. But I was like, yeah.
That doesn't
but back
sound like
in
the same guy.
Yeah. And I was like, you know what? That's crazy. Thank you
That
so
is
much
crazy.
for not only keeping it 100,
For real, right?
but that's where I needed to be.
That's
Because
dope.
he's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
damn,
Dope,
dude,
bro.
up there is dope. But the True Justice I met
know, yeah,
27 years ago,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying, was kind of weak.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, thank you for that. That means a lot. You know what I'm saying? That I'm out here in Atlanta, Georgia. Dude from the Bay Area,
wow.
hometown, you know what I'm saying?
Well, he was
Recognize
living
me.
out there or whatever. Oh, yeah,
Living
yeah.
out there
Yeah,
now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he was at my first show. And he probably never, and honestly, he never seen me DJ after that.
Yeah.
So he saw my very first
literally
show.
just-
So his impression of me is
Like,
like,
oh, I remember that name.
How the
Yeah,
universe
you know what I'm
works,
saying?
right? That's how the universe works. It
so
works
I
weird.
really appreciated that. It kind of let me
Yeah,
know
universe
that's
does
where I'm
work.
kind of supposed to be.
Yeah, man.
No, it is. Trust me, because I had that happen when we were in Portland. Like, somebody's like, "Oh yeah, I came to see you DJ," and I was like, I'm like, who? He said my name, and I was like,
I'm at a stage with it, where,
right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh,
right.
shit.
I'm at a stage with
All right.
you know.
So I had to kill it.
spend my days on a job site. You know
Yeah,
what
yeah,
I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel very, very blessed that at this point in my life I'm still involved with all this, and any kind of fame or anything I have is all blessed. So when people come up to me, I'm just like, what was your one boy that you had here? There was one cat that was here, and he was like, oh my God, DJ Mike.
Oh,
I was
Buckwell,
like, hey,
bro.
I was like,
Buckwell.
hey, bro, don't. I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy, bro.
This guy.
this guy.
So yeah, but
This
it
guy.
always feels good though. It does feel good when
Oh yeah.
people recognize you and let you know like what you're doing is
Yeah,
really
yeah.
working, and they see the progress. Of what you're
That's
doing. That
right.
shit always feels good.
That's a culture.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we with all us different DJs in here, Mason and I talk equipment a lot. We talk mixers, turntables. You see, we have very different setups.
Do you discuss skins?
What?
Skin.
Let's just start with what's your preferred DJ setup, because in 2020 that could be all kinds of different shit.
Very true.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
You know how you get stuck and you like what you like.
You like what you like.
Yeah.
You like what you like. So
I'm on Technics 1200.
This is my ideal setup, but I
1200.
don't have this ideal setup
out that.
anymore.
Yeah.
So my ideal setup, I'm not talking about whether wax or Serato, but
Right.
Ideal.
now
Yeah,
the
yeah.
so my ideal setup, of course, 2 turntables, Technique 1200 turntables, my Vestax 07.
Okay.
Now, that was it. Like, if I had it my way, I would be on that right now. I don't care if I carry mine. Serato
Well, you
box
can.
around everywhere.
can.
But this is why I can't.
Okay.
Just like, because I have 2 of them at the house.
Yeah.
And I couldn't find, because that was like the best mixer ever to me, except
Okay.
for the power
So-
supply.
My boy bought one
Hey,
brand
power
new.
supply
Yeah.
was shit.
Seven,
Yeah, those
huh?
old Vestax power supplies are garbage.
They're
Yeah.
garbage.
There's
and
something
I had
about that
replaced them so
07
many
though.
times.
Well, I know a
Yeah.
company that actually makes.
DJ Disc.
That
still has-
07 at
uses
the time,
07.
because
I'm gonna
at
give
that
y'all a
time-
secret. Look up JAM, I believe it's ECO, Jameco. Go to Jameco. I just gave every DJ in the world the biggest tip. They make every power plug for every mix ever made.
Fire.
I'm not on the
JAMCO.
Vestax right now.
Jameco.
What?
Because
Oh, I heard
I'll
it.
show you my.
Yeah.
I got them. I got the replacement ones. I'll show you some.
You know what?
And they're not even that much, neither.
I might have a 05 Pro.
All
power
they're gonna
supply
ask
in
you
my
to do, all they
storage.
tell you to do, is just go find the
Yeah,
serial.
but the 05 and the 07.
But it shouldn't be too different of a
No,
no.
No, they're
different?
blown
That's a
out-
bigger preamp
I've
in the.
blown
In
out
Is it
many
really?
Oh, yeah, and the
Vestax
07's a
by
bigger
putting the wrong
preamp.
thing in it.
Oh, that can happen.
Gone.
But no, the 07 and 05, the 07 is a bigger
Hey, I'm not
preamp,
gonna front
sure.
though.
Yeah.
If I was just buying mixers like
Call this company,
like
Jameco,
I want to buy a handful of
and
mixers.
all they're gonna ask you for is a serial number of what you're looking for, and they will be like, "You need one of these,"
right.
And then
and then it comes.
But
2
the
weeks later.
07,
And then-
as I've been
and
trying
then
to say,
you're
the
scratching.
07
And
is
then-
still a dope mixer to me.
No, big shout out. I think DJ Henry put a scratch live
No
card
more
in
and then.
07.
Oh,
He
he'll
had
put
one.
them in 05 Pros.
I seen him. He
07s,
was trying
yeah.
to sell it to me one time. He had an 05 and an 07, and the 05 he only wanted like 500, and they had
With the
should be
USB.
in a museum.
In it.
Serato box built in.
in it. You hook your table straight to it, just like that.
Oh,
It had no
man.
buttons though. It had nothing.
No,
It was bare.
no pads.
Nothing.
Just
Bare.
regular.
Not even joggles. Nothing. It was bare.
The OG
But
shit
it had
with
it
the
straight
Serato.
in it. You know what I mean?
Oh.
You have to
He
use
had an
Dicers
07.
outboard shit.
When he told me he had the 07, I was like, the 07
with
was.
Serato in it.
Yeah, but you could get one of the, at the
And that's
house.
where he told me he wanted like
Hey, at the
6 or
house,
7.
I got that,
and the 07 was clean.
Right. At the house, I
Big
got
shout
that
out Henry. I ain't
Vestax.
forgot Henry.
Man,
Henry got it.
I might
Hey, Henry
come
got a lot of
knocking,
mixers
bro.
on deck.
Hit him up. He might still have. I don't even know.
Yo, that's crazy.
But you can have it done too.
Oh yeah, you can have it done. Yeah. It's
There's
nice.
cats
But,
like
I mean,
it.
But-
that was my ideal setup. But
Yeah.
I got techniques. I same
Yeah.
techniques.
You got it. What S9,
I got
right?
S9.
Man, fuck, you ain't gonna
Yeah.
go back to that.
No.
Oh, yeah, bro.
That'd be
Just-
like
how do you like
that'd
the
be like
S9?
that'd be like you driving your car and then riding a bike. Like, which one would you rather do every day?
I mean, you know,
The bike is
there's a
fun.
time and a place for everything,
Right?
man.
Exactly. The
Hey,
bike
but
is
on
fun.
the
I
real.
ride
But you're
my
gonna
bike,
get in
too.
that car every day and get your ass to work, right?
Hey, so speaking
Yeah,
on
electric
mixers, right?
car.
Mace and I have talked
Zipping
about
along.
mixers. And
All
I've
the
been
time.
I've been telling him at
You
one
getting the
point.
70 or what? He wants
I
the
don't
70.
know. I don't have. I pay child support and take
No
and take
70.
care of my daughter.
No 70.
That's
Or
another
not
story.
until they drop the
But
price.
right now, I give you youth or something.
Another
Or
year.
so,
But,
so we can fucking DJ for money again.
Right?
right?
Shit.
But
Right.
I got the S9, and
Oh, yeah.
the S9 has changed. The Rain 62 changed the way I DJ. The S9 refined
Like, took it
that.
to that next level.
You know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? And how do you feel about that mixer? Because I see you also
The
use
S9?
one. Yeah.
Tell the truth, True. Come on,
Tell the
True.
truth?
Tell-
100.
You like it or not? I mean,
I have no problem with
right?
at
It's
all.
butter, right?
It's
Spader's butter, right? I mean,
It's butter, but you know what? I love it, but it's caused me some issues because
Oh my
there
God.
is a defect in the S9.
What's your defect
There-
on yours?
there's-
Mine has a defect as well. What's yours?
No, but it's not just like mine, but a certain percent. It's actually
a
out
software
there.
program or
No, it's actually out there that the percentage of them do this. Now the power supply, no matter what power supply, because you know it's pretty general.
Right.
yeah,
But
yeah.
the grounding one, the third one,
Yeah.
Stop. Keep going.
a percentage of them that if you go out and play and plug in different venues and stuff, you have to take that part off, or it creates a hum.
Yes.
Or it
You
creates a
win.
hum.
I have that.
You're learning knowledge, kids.
know
right
what I
here.
do?
So if you're like, it's different. Like when you
Couldn't
have your
you-
setup,
Couldn't you put a thing on it?
you could have it,
Show
but
you,
just
right?
regular. You could have it grounded, but whatever. But most of them come with that third one,
Right.
right? So
Couldn't you put something like that?
you definitely could, but when it happened to me, I had to take it off.
Yeah. If you're
But
right
my,
then and there.
my
yeah.
experience
Now,
is
let me
because this
tell
is
you
my
what I've been
second one. My second
But
S9.
am I right? Wouldn't that kind of work maybe? Because it grounds in that thing.
Yeah.
It might. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it might, but I just ended up taking it off because I didn't have one of these because I thought I had one because
Yeah,
I had a
yeah.
green one in the van.
I thought I had one for years.
But it was just
I
on the
finally
move.
had to
And
buy
the thing
one,
is,
shit.
I couldn't figure it out because it happened to me before
Yeah.
on tour. So this happened to 2 tours. Like I got an S9 on tour, brand new out the box. Well, the first one I
Why
got
is
was
that
used.
though? Because it shouldn't do that, especially.
It shouldn't do that.
Right.
No, it
That
shouldn't
much
do that.
money.
But it's just that's
Right.
a little defect of those mixers.
It's
There's a
very
percentage
common.
of them.
Mine
Yeah.
is slightly different, but mine is also a grounding issue. I used to take my at the time I got mine, I was the Legionnaire like 3-4 times a month,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, I got this S9 now, and I'm hooking it up, and they're getting a hum in the whole thing, and the speakers
Yeah.
into the bar and everything. And so I started using my there's a XLR outs and the RCA outs. And if you go in the room right now and look, right now I'm using the quarters on the booth.
Yeah.
But I basically eventually bought RCA to XLRs because everywhere we go they want to plug XLRs into our
That's
mixers.
the same problem.
And it's the same exact
It's the same problem because
So the way I bypass it is I RCA out.
Yeah.
But I notice a huge. I'm noticing now you're saying it. I've
yeah,
had
but
other
if you're
DJs tell me
but
it's
see the
same
thing
problem.
is if you're playing like 8 times out of 10 if you're playing these like venues, these huge venues and like on big sound systems,
Right.
Yeah.
you're gonna use XLR. And that's
Pretty
professional
much.
grade.
That's the professional grade.
Because that's
professional
what
grade.
they're-
But
That's
that's what
why-
the
Yeah,
defect
too, yeah.
is professional. So I had to
That's
figure
why I had
that
to
out.
buy those wires.
And it was and I never would have known until like the sound man was baffled. The sound man was
everybody
baffled.
was- yeah.
Everybody was baffled,
Been
and
there,
he
yeah.
told me how to switch it. And the thing is, the
I was
promoter
about to say, how'd you figure that out?
was like, because he wasn't there. Saying he bounced.
Yeah,
When
yeah,
he came,
yeah.
The promoter came. He was like, "Oh shit, Z Trip was here last night and had the same but he knew because Z Trip wasn't traveling with his gear, but they provided him an S9, and he was like, he already knew. He was like, you got an S9, and you're having hum. Take that little
third,
piece, that
ground.
piece off.
Take that piece off.
If the S9 is like, you know what I'm saying, took that
If
piece
you're
off.
having that issue, yeah.
No, but that's the thing is, no matter, you could bypass it, but sometimes it still goes through when you
Does
use the
it really?
yeah, it still goes through,
Okay.
especially
Take it
on a
off.
system like that. And so the promoter's like, oh yeah, and so I was like, you got some pliers, dude? Pulled it off, plugged it in, good to go show.
Bada bing,
And
bada
to
bing.
this day, my S9 does not have that little piece on it,
You
bro.
don't have no issues, yeah.
So you know what I'm saying?
Gotta
That's
learn.
small, but that shit happened. I had to.
You gotta play.
I had
like
to
this
send one
S9
back.
play.
I sent the S9 back
Oh, wow.
when I played in it was fucking Columbus,
You
Ohio.
the first,
Oh, wow.
right?
I played no, not Columbus.
God, I'm trying to be like true.
Oh
I'm coming
man,
out
dude,
Columbus,
it was
Ohio.
it was Ohio, man.
Knowledge come
No, I think it was Columbus. Anyway,
Yeah.
so
In
I had
the
just
wild
got it. Yeah, I just got it from the store, whatever. Plugged up,
Yeah.
had that issue, but I didn't have that knowledge, and the sound man didn't know. He was like, I would take it back, so I took it back, not knowing. You know what I'm saying? So I took the S9 back and got the
Well,
fucking 62,
Well, here's the deal.
which I hated.
You didn't like
For the
you
record.
62?
For the record.
For the
love
record,
I know.
true
Dude,
talking.
like
Well,
that one had an
no
issue
rain,
too.
huh? It's not
It
raining
would-
over here.
Oh man, it would make this fucking
It's
noise. And
not
like I
raining.
looked
Let me
it
ask
up,
you a
was
question.
percentage.
How'd you like the
on
fair?
your,
though?
on
'Cause
your
I like the
62?
rain
On your
fair.
62, did it say rain on the side or was it just paint on the side?
Run.
On the sides of it, did it say rain?
Or was it just all black?
My 62.
Rain
Yeah,
or
it was all
run?
black. It was all black, no rain on the side. So
You
because
think it's
the,
a bootleg?
the early
Yeah,
ones
man.
don't have anything on the sides. The second generation says rain.
And which ones were
On the
fucked
sides
up?
of the
I
mix.
don't remember.
Well, they say
honestly.
the
Because there's
the
some
second
things where the
generation
second
was an
gen-
upgrade.
It was
They said
not,
it was
though.
an upgrade,
Sometimes they're not, right?
And I'm like, whatever.
Sometimes they say the shit's better, but to
But
me, the
I'll
first
say
version's
this,
better.
right? So I love the 62. I still have my 62.
I had a 61.
Yeah.
I had a
That
61
too.
Still
real
have your
quick as well.
62?
Remember those?
And I
Yeah.
broke
It's a
I broke
collector's
one of
item.
the pads.
That's what
So
I
I
wanted,
ordered-
61, because I don't use all that shit. So I was like, 61.
Right. I ordered pads on
Yeah.
eBay, and I took it apart
all-
myself
no
and
butt?
compared the
A little more
pads.
muscle
The
than the
pads
57?
I ordered
Yeah.
were better quality
No.
than the original pads. And I'm wondering if that was one of the issues on the early ones. Those pads were just
Which, on the 60, yeah,
I
yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
take it.
I didn't have a pad issue. It was just like it had this fucking and it had a glitch.
You just didn't
Oh
like,
wow.
just didn't like, was it
Yeah,
for
I
you, right?
still love my
You know
62.
what I'm
I
saying?
won't lie.
And then I was like S9 or the other one, that was out the rain one. But then like rain, I was like,
72?
72 at the time.
Yeah, at the time. And I was like, nah, I'm kind of good on range now. You know what I'm saying? I
It
had-
tainted you.
But see, that's because you grew up a Aztec guy. That's why.
Well, but like honestly, okay. So when I got
Because I was like that for the longest. Because I grew up with like
Right.
06 Pros
As
and everything.
a gearhead, I'd like to be
And-
on range.
And then one day I bought an old school Rain 54 at a flea market for like 20 bucks. It was missing the power plugs and it fucking worked. I got it. And that first sold me. And then the homie did have a 54 later back in the days in high school. And then later on I got a 57. And then I was sold. They sold me on the Rain
yeah, but
57.
I'm
It
coming
was
from
good.
like okay. Remember when I was talking about I got the belt drives,
Right.
But that actual the Gemini joint, right? So I went from Gemini when I got my
Oh, but yeah,
techniques.
that's
When I
what
got
we-
my techniques, I had that one for a minute,
Yeah.
but then I switched to the
Realistic
with the
Radio Shack.
with the wood on the side.
Oh, the
That's
what-
Aztec one, right?
No,
Or Gemini.
the original one. The
Where
one
you
that
like
fucking
06s
DJ
and
Fuse
05s?
Audio Tech one?
Had wood on the side.
Yeah,
I
the
know
old
Bass
school
Tech had
shit.
The
one.
Gemini 2200.
Is that? I swear it's not a Gemini.
The Jazzy Jeff and Scratch and all that.
There we go. There you go.
Back in the
Gemini,
late
right?
80s.
Yeah, that's
That was
Gemini.
Gemini
Oh, okay.
2200.
Panels.
Yeah,
Right,
I
yeah,
had
yeah,
the-
I
I
got
had
that
the
because
Je-
of Fuse.
I had the
Damn.
Jazzy Jeff one,
Yeah,
but it wasn't as good as the original one.
Yeah, but it wasn't. No, it was. But the ones before they got endorsements when they were just regular. That was. I had like 2 or 3 of those.
Yeah.
And so I went from that to I think I went from that for the longest until I got a Best App.
Nice.
I started
Hey,
pretty much
that's
with
that
that shit,
mixer
too.
is like-
Gemini's track.
But I got an 05 first though.
That mixer, it's like 2 phonos, a mic, and a line, I think, and a crossfader. That's all it is.
Oh, that's
right?
there, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's the original, baby.
Yeah.
I remember when I got the 06 Pro. My cousin got an 06 Pro, and that changed.
Yeah, I got my first.
I actually had a belt drive too. I had a Techniques belt, real good one, original. Techniques.
Belt drive or they had an SR.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll make you guys
boy
hate
had it
me.
from his dad, and I learned to scratch on that, but when I was pro, so it was like,
My first turntable was it was a Technics SLQ2, and it was direct drive and
Was it?
ports. It was solid. It had a almost, not quite, but almost the same arm as the 1200.
Yeah.
Was it
yeah.
yours?
Took a
You
head
bought
shell
it?
like a 1200.
Your auntie's?
Yeah, but I didn't have pitch. I had no pitch.
Yeah.
And where the
okay.
Technics platter kind of has that little, it was more thicker like this.
flat.
Yeah. Hey, but I put a slip mat and I went and bought me a Stanton 500 AL,
What?
and I had me my little bullshit $100 mixer,
Yeah.
and I was scratching my ass
yeah.
off.
Right. But no, I feel you, man. That's how, like I said, it started for me with Gemini's and Newmarks too.
Right.
Gemini.
For me, I got lucky when my
Tauruses
cousin
and
got lucky
Capricorns.
for his 16th.
Right.
16. He got a pair of 1200s for Christmas.
Wow.
Geminis and Leos and
Right.
Virgos and shit.
What the fuck, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Geminis.
And I saw
I had
I
to make
was.
pizza to get my first.
I had to be. Let's see, 16. I had to be 12. He was like 4 years older than me. So
Yeah, I
this
was
is
already
probably
on
like
the whole-
95 or
I was already
96.
Who was 12? You was 12?
I was
And
12.
what'd you
This
say,
is probably
your
like
pizza?
96.
I had to make pizza
When you
every
got
day to
Techniques.
get my first 1200s.
Yo,
Yeah.
I maxed
So I
out.
lived on his. I was at his house every day. Like I
Hey,
lived
but
there.
the
you know what I
blessing
mean?
for me
Hell
though,
yeah, you know what I
I
mean?
got brand when I got them, I got brand fucking new ones.
My cousin,
But
yeah, they were
I
brand new.
worked, I
was
worked
like,
and
this
made a
fucking-
little
My
payment
baskets,
every month.
That were hot.
Right?
Stolen like fucking.
Well, now
I
see,
knew they were stolen.
I don't wanna
I know
put-
where they got stolen from. They
Hey.
bought my
Oh,
house,
wow.
Everything. I didn't.
You
give
don't
a
know
fuck.
I'm
nothing.
gonna put it like I don't.
I didn't give a fuck.
Hey, I don't want to put my ass business, but I'm sure you.
I plead the fifth.
I once,
Place,
hey,
you
I
know?
once bought a minty
That's
ass.
why he got me.
One time I bought a minty ass like new when the black Mark IIs came out,
Yeah.
late 90s. I bought a minty fucking like fresh out the box black Mark II
This
for
guy,
like
man.
160 in weed sacks, dime
Right.
sacks, 160 in dime sacks.
One.
Just one.
Still, shit.
I was
still,
like, they got
fuck.
another one? Is there another one?
Go get
Okay,
another
go get the other one. Where's the other one at? Yeah.
I need two. I need two, not one. Shit. But no, that's.
I don't sell
That's
weed,
a-
ladies
that's
and
a
Who is
gentlemen.
this
beautiful
guy?
machine right
Security, where?
Right.
Security.
Right,
Get this-
Different time. It was the 90s, bro. The 90s were a different world. You know what I'm saying? I'm at a point right now in 2020. The 90s were a better world. You know what I'm saying? Who's
I don't
to
know if they were
say?
a better world.
Hey, but real dope. So basically, everything we heard in your mix tonight was off your
Oh,
upcoming
man.
mixtape.
That shit was sick.
Not
Not everything. but
90,
Most of the beginning, or pretty much, yeah.
98%.
Okay, okay,
So yeah.
98%.
all right.
And I'm
Couple
not
other
gonna.
songs.
I'm not gonna say which part was or wasn't. You just gotta go get your mixtape now. You know what I'm saying? There's-
I got good ears. I got some good ears.
So I know you were telling us you had to come. You were out on the Slap Frost tour.
Yes.
This COVID thing and the lockdown went into effect, whatever it's called, and quarantine.
China
And,
virus.
and
Shelter in place.
Here we go.
Shelter in place.
Shelter in place, and you guys came off tour. What's the plan at this point with the Slap Frost thing? Because at this point, first of all, let me go right back to the very beginning. Give us a history of what Slap Frost is, and then let us kind of know where you guys are at with the whole situation.
All right. So I started along myself, Vocab Slick, and Z-Man started.
Shout out to both of them.
Yeah, started the Slap Frost tour in 2014. And we basically at that point in our careers, we were all doing different things separately. You know what I'm saying? We collabed, here and there. But I had been Z-Man's longtime DJ, even by then. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's kind of how we started, doing shows with Vocab. So, and, at the time, and so 2014, basically what we were doing, we actually sat down and had a meeting. We like, what can we do? Because a lot of at that time, the biggest underground thing was basically how the Grouch Stole Christmas tour.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was the biggest tour in the underground, like period, at that time. You know what I'm saying? that's what, there were tours before that, like what you call it? Damn, what was it? Damn, I just forgot about the name of this other tour. Anyway, I think the edibles is kicking in and shit like this.
Hey!
I just CaliCom.
This is
That
an
was the
adult
name of
program,
it.
ladies and
gentlemen.
CaliCom
Yeah.
and different things of that nature, before. But at that time, How the Grouch Stole Christmas was
was
the
pretty
biggest
big,
was the
yeah.
biggest tour. And I think let me see. It just grew. You know what I'm saying? It grew every year, and we're like, as underground artists, we weren't getting those opportunities to go out on the road like that to see these different places.
Yeah.
And the thing is, but the first How the Grouch Stole Christmas tour, I was on.
Oh,
So
okay.
I actually got to see it,
Yeah.
firsthand, like, cause that's when I was with the Balians.
Okay.
I was in the Balians from when they started, 2007, until the eventual breakup of the group. Everybody's still around, everybody's still
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
shit,
yeah.
and we're all good and everything. But that was when the heyday, as they say.
Yeah.
Yeah, there go class of '91. You hear that, right? Heyday, you know what I'm saying? but yeah, man. So we actually sat down and we were like, what can we do between us three? What can we do to compete with that shit?
Yes.
To kind of like make our own thing. We were like, okay, because like at that time, like Grouch is a peer, but also an inspiration. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You get
yeah.
inspiration
So much.
from the people
Oh, yeah.
you work with.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? People that
100%.
you really, are folks with, not some, like shit on TV or whatever, some fake shit.
Yeah.
So
Around you, yeah.
so we're like, what can we do to compete with this shit? I at that time I had a few years already under my belt touring, booking tours. You know what I'm saying? Some pretty couple big ones, that I did nationwide. But,
Yeah.
I booked, I was booking for Cali Agents, Rascal Planet Asia. I was doing booking for the Alcoholics.
Rascal, I'm a big Rascal fan. Dude.
Yeah, man. So I was doing
Rascal, come on.
their bookings.
Rascal.
It's the unassisted.
I was also working with Opio, you know what I'm saying,
Opio, one of my
from
favorites,
Hieroglyphics, and AC Alone.
Okay.
So, I had already had a few years under my
Yeah,
belt,
yeah,
so I knew how it could, logistically, I knew how it could be done.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what we did at that initial meeting and that day, we basically conceptualized the character, the Slap, because if you don't know, Slap Frost, that's his name. It's a character. He's an elf.
Yes.
He's an elf,
Yeah.
but
On
is
a
Jack
IG
Frost
or something.
Yep,
Just
yep,
him.
there we go.
Slap
Yeah.
Frost.
He is Jack Frost's great grandson, but he's the hip hop dude. You know what I'm saying? So basically, we
Rumpelstiltskin?
basically
Nah,
thought up
baby,
this
stop,
whole
stop.
mythology.
That's good.
The
yeah.
name, the name came from, we were trying to think of a name of a tour, because you always gotta have a name of a tour, and something that's marketable.
The terpenes.
Like, bro, from this meeting, we just thought of hella shit. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
You were
yeah.
thinking we was hitting that bag or something. You know what I'm saying? So, we thought of this whole thing, backstory, bio, everything.
Yeah.
And Z, you know what I'm saying? Everybody has, like I said, I had touring experience, but Z, man, he's an artist. He was able to draw the character, to bring it to life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? From scratch, from hand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that everybody was able to bring something to the table. And Vocab, through his relationships with his former group, Distant Relatives and
Yeah.
different stuff, he was from the North Bay, so it was like
Right.
everybody brought something to the table, and he brought like a lot of, basically Vocab in the beginning, I would say, brought a lot of relationships to the table. But just
wonder if
having
they're DJ'd for him one
different
time.
streetwear brands, you know what I'm saying, that we didn't know about or whatever, going that route. So the pieces fit, and we were like, okay, we're gonna do this. And so Z-Man and myself were the headliners the first year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Vocab was the support act.
Okay.
And then, our whole thing is like, my whole thing is like, okay, even though this is our first time going out on this tour, this is something that we created. crazy shit up and ran with it, and here we are 6 years later.
Yeah.
Get him.
And we've had a big and our goal was not only compete with the Grouch,
Get him.
you know what I'm saying? Well, you know, he's doing it big, but our thing was we're gonna do it bigger and better every year.
So,
And that's what we did. So after me and Z headlined the first year,
Yeah.
we got headliners. You know what I'm saying? It was always me, Z, and Vocab on the tour because we created it. But we had different headliners. So the next year, 2015, we had Locksmith.
right,
Was
I
the
remember
headliner.
that. Yeah.
And he had just come off, you know, a tour with Zion I. Kind of when he was starting, he was already bubbling, but
Yeah.
right there with he, you know what I'm saying? Got out there like that.
Yeah, he was eating everybody up.
So that was
Eating
2015.
everybody up.
I just got some new shit from him recently.
So each year we got like different cities added on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
2015, I
So
was,
it got to the
43.
point, like I said, 6 years. So like our history, 2015 Locksmith, 2016 the headliners were Chino XL and Planet Asia,
Okay. I remember that.
and so 2017 we had Gavin.
Gablin.
From
Kayla.
LA.
I think Kayla was
Yeah,
on
Kayla Love was on that joint.
Okay.
And so the thing is, even from the first time that we did this thing, we made it a point to bring somebody up that was their first tour.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because we all remember like that first time somebody, you know, brought you along. Because
Word.
you
That
know what I'm
means a
saying?
lot. That means
like to
everything.
bring you on tour. That's like passing of the baton.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
also
Well, it
like having
shows-
faith.
Yeah, it
That you
shows
can handle your
yeah.
shit, because this shit is not built for everybody,
It's not.
bro.
And
And it's not glamorous.
I
it's
would
not,
say
none of that
half
shit.
of it is not even really skills. It's a lot of work ethic,
Yes.
how you deal, how you
Word.
communicate, how you interact with
Yeah,
other
we
people.
always say you don't
Especially
know
on the
anybody
road.
until you tour with them.
Exactly.
Really. You get
Exactly.
you like, okay, after that tour, you like, I'm fucking with you, or I ain't never fucking with you ever again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I've been that.
I'm
Motherfuckers
like that, hey, but I'm like that with
don't, they
I'm like
talk
that
all
in
day.
my
Like,
other
hey, don't
business.
you want to shut the fuck up
in
now?
my other business, doing construction. I'm like, I'm so
Oh,
like that with so many cats.
Oh,
I get on a job, I'm like, oh, this motherfucker right here. Great.
Yeah, man.
And there's other cats like, dope, we're about to kill this.
Oh, yeah, he's a
My
good
dog
dude,
right
yeah.
here, like, because we've all been to battle together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I totally understand.
I
It's the
feel
same
you.
thing on tour.
Oh yeah, no, definitely tours, but yeah, you'll find out who some people are on tour.
Yeah. So 2018, we had Zion I and Casual as the headliners. So it just got bigger. We went that year. We went further than we went. We actually made it to the Midwest for a couple cities. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? We made it to Texas for the first time.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? So we were accomplishing our goal. You know, each
Yeah,
year
yeah,
bigger.
yeah.
So that was 2018. So 2019, we ran with Casual.
Okay.
You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? And it ended up being, we actually did that thing, man, kind of like outside of our normal route.
Yeah.
And the people that were used to us coming every year were like, hey, you guys come every year, what's up?
Where you at? Yeah.
Where you guys? So we had to add another West Coast leg to that one.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you got to go where the people want you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Hell
They're
yeah.
like, hey, what about
That's
us?
part
so
of
we
it, yeah.
went-
Go where I'm
So
not
we
wanted.
went and added another leg on that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then that
Love.
brought us to, 2020. You know, we're like, okay, we did this, we went here. Like, my thing was like, okay, we have to do the whole country, because all these like first years, we primarily, like I said, did West Coast, and then on that last one, kind of dipped in the Midwest here and there. You know what I'm saying? I was like, they're ready. You know what I'm saying? But we also understood that going to the East Coast, even though we put our work in for 5 years, 5 strong years on the West Coast, we got a cool little buzz, cool little name. But once you cross, what they say, once you cross the Mississippi, you know what I'm saying? Or just get up north on the East Coast, all of that, it's like basically we're gonna be treated as a new artist unless we have an East Coast anchor, an East Coast headliner.
Yeah.
But the thing was, after 5 years total, But 4 years having a different headliner, and like they get the headliner get the shine. It's about them, but it's about us. But we felt since we started out 4 years prior, like, hey, why don't we get back to like kind of us again? You know what I'm saying? Like this is our tour. This is our tour, but you know what I'm saying? We built it. It has a name. The name is there now. We did our work. Now let's figure out a way that we can go on tour as a unit, you know what I'm saying, and be the headliner. So what we did was our long time years collaboration and touring, but never went on tour with us, was Equipto and Michael Marshall. I've been on different tours with them, but they never were on Slap Frost. And a lot of people were like tripping because we're always together, we're always doing shows, and we're always touring. That they're like, hey,
it would just make sense.
So what I did was, instead of having a headliner, I added Equipto and Michael Marshall to us three, and made it one set, like a band. That's why it was the Slap Frost review, not the Slap Frost tour.
Bro,
you know what I'm saying?
Not even having you explain. I'm heard you explain this now. I
We love
already peeped that shit.
Right on, bro.
I already peeped that whole thing. Like,
I can't wait to
they're
do
keeping
the
their
podcast
crew,
thing.
and they're refining the situation within their group.
So we took
like
the
on
best,
stage.
like the best, because I've DJ'd for everybody. At some point, we've all been on the same shows. So there's been nights where I've been on. Well, it's always the nights where I'm on the tables from beginning to end. But I was there for every act, from opener to headliner. I was the DJ, so I was already kind of used to it for years, and so I know the high points of everybody's set. The part of the set that that part when you're at a
Where
show
you're at,
and energy
the
is
climax.
there.
Yeah.
So I took that
Let's go.
energy, those best songs out of these groups, and took that and made one 75-minute show that showcases everybody. But instead of like the high points of that show, it's all a high point for 75 minutes. And you gotta see the damn show.
Got it.
Go to howlive.tv and check out Slap Frost review, how we get down. That was our live stream. And
Boom.
what we've been doing now since we've come home has been right here on the internet.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
gotta walk in
just
on
like
one
if you
one
really if you really like swift and changeable, and you about this craft, and you adapt to what's going on.
That's
You
why
know
I'm
what I'm
here.
saying? Like the technology.
That's why I'm here.
You know what I'm
Chameleon.
I
saying?
told him if it wasn't for COVID, I wouldn't be here.
Chameleon.
I'd be
Yeah.
out. I'd be
Here's
out
the-
DJing.
I mean, and they
I would
wouldn't
be out
have this
DJing.
situation.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I wouldn't have stopped. I would
Yeah.
have been DJing this
You
party.
wouldn't have
that
thought
party.
about
You know what's
podcasting.
You know what I mean?
Come on,
Right.
man.
Is
It's like you say,
I always have
feel like
ideas
we're laying
of
in
something
wait.
like this.
Yeah. Oh, for
We're
sure.
just
It's in the back of my mind.
Sharpening, we're
I
just
always
waiting.
have ideas
Yep.
of something like what we're doing right here, and I'm always like,
Oh, me too. But I just never had time. I had to work. I was DJing every night after work. Like I didn't have time for this at all. So I thank COVID because I was blessed to do this. But like you said, you adapt. You got to figure something out.
You gotta adapt.
COVID's a
Because,
wild animal, man.
But I mean,
COVID
this
is a
sucks. I
wild
mean,
animal.
you want to DJ. You want to be on the crowd.
Very,
Yeah,
very
but you
high-
know what? On some real shit, I'm not even
difficult
gonna front.
to
I feel
breathe.
like this is a very good time to refine and
Yeah.
Hear the rap.
your shit and
Hear
just
the
like
rap
not
burst
even
my
just
ear.
well,
really get like focus
we were talking
on like
about
what
this
you're
on
doing.
we were talking this
Oh,
on
yeah.
another show.
So far,
Not even just on hip hop
for
in
me,
general, in life. Like you should be probably picking up a different trade or
Something.
learning something right
Yeah.
now at this time. You got
uh,
everyone has some small amount of time. Even if you got a job, everyone has a little bit of extra time, and you
Yeah,
cannot lie
right.
because all the extra time you used to have, you used to go do stuff.
Yeah.
You can't
By
go
the
do
time
that.
you
can't
take
do
it
it.
up,
You can't do it
That
now.
you-
So
that
you
you
have. There's
physically
a
can't
point
do
at a
now.
day where you go home and say, "Okay, I'm home." But
I'm home,
you know,
fuck.
usually I'd be out to 2 or 3 in the morning. Now I'm at home at 9 or 10.
Right,
You got at least a half an hour to go on YouTube and learn something.
right.
There's everything
for
on
reals?
YouTube. Everything you can
Are you
learn.
for real?
Learn to fucking garden. Learn to fucking change your oil in your car. You should be
All
learning
that
something
You
right
know,
now.
for me,
like you say, it's
what
the time to
doing for me-
redefine life. Like, okay, what do I don't know in
Redefine
life?
I like
let
that.
me learn something that's gonna help me in life that I didn't know. I used to depend or pay somebody. Fuck paying somebody. Let me learn it so when the shit gets back, I don't have to pay
That's
that
so
guy
ill you said that.
$100 a month.
Plumbing,
Yeah,
Electrical.
a lot of
welding.
shit. A lot of shit. I learned I learned basically in 2-3 months. I learned broadcasting. You know what I mean? Like I looked on it, watched videos, all the tutorials I could. You know what I mean? And
I started mixing new wave.
like I said,
Yeah.
I'll take it. Whoa!
Booyaka He thought he was just gonna slip that one in. We was like, whoa.
Hey,
You know what I
hey.
will say?
But I've been right with you, right, Tommy? Because he gave me a bunch of shit too. I've been getting more into like dance hall and shit too.
Go.
Like, I've been trying to get into it.
Fucking on the real
know
though.
about that.
And I've been getting
as
into
a
my house
DJ,
music. Big
as
shout out
a
to all the
DJ,
house DJs. I like
What
house
I'll-
music.
What I'll say about myself during this time as a DJ, I've been on cruise control for like 3 years. On the real.
Yeah, I know you have.
On the real, just cruise.
We see you, Mike.
Just cruise control. Like basically, I just change up little parts of what the fuck I do, and I've been doing the same shit.
Yeah.
It's been like, okay, DJ Mike's gonna come. I'm gonna do a couple little juggle tricks. I'm gonna do some scratches. I'm gonna blend some beats. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Play some old school shit. And I've taken this time right here, and I'm gonna tell you what I'm doing right now is different. I'm not saying I'm fucking Red Bull.
No, I hear you, bro.
But
He
what I'm
be
doing
in
is
there. He
different.
be in there. I hear him.
I'm really doing a lot of jazz and
I hear him.
funk
He be in there.
and
Like,
disco.
damn. I gotta step my
Like,
game up.
That's really where I'm at right now with shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but I've taken this time to just really refine my style. And I was getting played. I was doing a lot of these shows.
See, that's the other only
Same
thing
shit.
too. I do feel about DJing a lot is there isn't DJing too much. You know, I feel like you can't lose that creative side if you're just like, okay, I gotta go DJ these 4 nights to get this money to get the bill paid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I do feel like you can get kind of down that. I don't hate to say wrong path, but you know what I'm saying? Like you know what I mean? Just DJing too much every night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can burn out. I can see it. You know what I mean? Definitely.
I've burnt out.
See that.
I feel
I've
it.
done I've been through phases with the
And then we all
tonight.
have a real life, right?
I've been through
That
phases
shit
where
always
tonight I'm
that
doing
always throws a
like-
nice curveball into everything, right? You know,
Of course.
definitely, man.
Right. No, I've been on the burnout a few times in the game. A few
Yeah.
times. And I'm learning, and what I have learned is you just gotta push through. Like anything else with
Yeah.
this thing. You just gotta push through.
Recognize
been-
the issue and
I've been
address
through
it.
phases
Yeah,
where
man.
I'm doing it every weekend. And keep in mind these are blessings when I speak.
Oh yeah,
Because I'm
definitely.
just speaking on the situation, but they're blessings all the way around. But every weekend I'm doing like, this weekend I'm doing like disco and like 70s top 40. And
like
next,
Bee Gees?
the next weekend I'm doing
You've been killing it. I believe it.
just Latin, like I don't even know the shit I'm playing. Like
It just
in
sounds
no
good,
way,
huh?
shape, or form, and I'm rocking
It
that
just
shit.
sounds good.
Right. The next weekend I'm doing like wedding music. And it's easy to lose your creativity. It's easy to lose
Oh,
your
yeah.
passion. And if that's all you do, you will get tired of this shit. If you're in this for the money and you're just doing that kind of shit, I don't care how dope you are. So I know for me, I've come back around, especially the last few years and now with this COVID shit. And just really refine. I'm not young. I'm not a youngster anymore. For me, refining what my style really is.
Hey, no, I want to
I
say
really want to play.
big shout out
What
to
is
True
it? Party
Justice, our
Rocket.
guest tonight. Thank you,
Party
thank you
Rocket.
for coming, man.
Right
Thank
on,
you.
right
If you
on.
guys didn't catch his set, go catch his set. It's on
Party
YouTube on Cut It Up
Rocket.
Music.
PR
Go look up True Justice. Hey, tell them where they can find you, man.
Word.
Hey, you can find me on social media platforms pretty much across the board at DJ True Justice. So that's for Twitter, that's for Instagram, and also the / on the Facebook URL thing at DJ True Justice or / DJ True Justice on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? You can find me on YouTube. I got some joints on there. I got a lot of, but you ever notice that you might have, well, you guys probably have more content than me, but most of my content is not on my page. You know
I
what I'm
have
saying?
no
Like,
page. I'm gonna
it's
have a page.
No,
It's
I know.
like
Yeah, because I do the
out
videos,
in the world.
Yeah,
I know.
same
I know
thing.
what you're saying.
You know what
You
I'm
go
saying?
look on your subscription, and yeah, I'm like, nah, I know he got a little bit more
Yeah,
than
but
that.
I only got
I know
like
he got more than that.
I see videos of me on other people's
It is
shit,
crazy,
like,
yeah.
Oh shit.
I only have one. Look, you know what's crazy? I only have like one music video on my page.
Yeah.
That all my other music videos are on like the different labels that were on like on their pages.
Okay.
So like on my page, like when I released the first single off of my label, that's on there. So that's the only like full length music video that's on there.
And that was off one of your other mixed.
No,
CDs.
it's a standalone single. I have a video for it. It's called Highway.
Oh, okay.
It's definitely like if you've seen us
I
rock
seen
in
that one. Yeah, it's tight.
Slap Frost review or even Slap Frost
Yeah,
last
I
year. You know what I'm saying? You've seen that joint being performed, and it's a staple.
I actually just
in our
realized
show.
The last few months. This is during COVID. I lost one of your CDs, a True Justice CD, and this is how I lost it. Are you ready? Because how many CDs do any of you have in your vehicle right now?
I have none.
In my
Zero.
vehicle,
Okay.
none.
Zero. Me either.
But
I
my
had
last
one-
car.
No, on the real.
But-
this is
No,
real.
on the real
This is
though.
real.
On the real,
Yeah, I
in my
want-
minivan I had all the homies. All my kids
Oh,
knew
shit.
everybody. I had
Hey.
all the
Word,
homies.
okay.
I
I
had
would just
one CD in my truck.
I'll upload it.
That was your CD. The
That shit out.
it was
Well-
the one. I want to say it was 2 CDs ago. Maybe it was the
Give a
last
plug,
one
huh?
you did. You had that song with Equipto. What was it called? Man? If you tell me, I'll remember it.
Was it Walk With Me?
Walk with me. Walk with me was
That
the
was
song.
that was off my last one.
Yeah, so that's the
I
one.
need the videos.
That
It's
CD
not
was
working,
in
that
my
one.
deck,
Okay.
in my truck. And so I was having my mechanic, some of these mechanics out, ways of getting stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, I want to upgrade my radio. And he's like, okay, cool. Showed me some stuff. We worked it, gave me a great deal. I got an upgraded stereo. I'm a few days in, right? And I'm like, I hit the CD thing, and a CD comes out. It's a Jim Jones CD. Let me tell you, no disrespect to Jim Jones. Much love, brother. I ain't listening to your music. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Customize.
Yeah, it's not for me. And then I realized, oh shit, the True Justice CD.
Better
Like,
get it.
Oh, so
he
it's
put
in the old deck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
You
yeah,
swapped it out.
I got the cut. I traded
Somebody
True
got
Justice
blessed
for Jim
out there.
Jones, yeah.
WTF. WTF.
Let them know before we
Yeah,
leave right now.
yeah.
Let 'em
So
know.
we're gonna have to let it know what time it is. We've been at this for a minute.
Oh yeah, oh
We
yeah.
are all under the influence of something good, bad, or indifferent.
So,
Cut It Up music on YouTube. Mace the Table is True Justice. Tommy Slapskins. Your boy DJ Mike.
Mike's
Southside
After
Hayward
Party.
on mine.
Subscribe to
Mike's
Mike's After
After
Party.
Party.
Right,
We
Mike's
on
After Party.
Hey,
Cut It Up music.
thank you,
YouTube.
True. Thank you, brother.
Alright.
That shit was dope, bro.
Anything
Shit was
goes
sick.
at
It
the
was all your own
after
shit, so it was
Yeah,
tight.
yeah.
Thank you guys. Mike's
Alright.
After Party. We'll see you next week.
To whom it
Thank
may
you, guys.
concern, August 21st.
Yeah.